Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, I'm giving a seance on Cabbage Night, which is the 30th. I'm giving a seance, and I'm inviting people to come to the seance. And, Rob, what I do is I make sure, first of all, that we clear all the negative energies, but I ask each person to take a turn to see if they can communicate, to see if they can get a message. And it's a wonderful tool to teach people that there are, first of all, this is real when you've got a tap on your shoulder or when you feel a light go on and off, that it could be an entity, it could be a departed soul. And then I ask them to take a turn to see if they can get a message from one of their loved ones. And we get some fabulous work, fabulous messages through. But I do think you have to protect yourself, and I think you should be with a teacher when you're doing that, and never try any of this stuff alone.
You know,
always have someone with you.
I think one of the biggest problems with Ouija boards is that they're sold in game stores.
I know.
Yeah,
I know that.
You know, and what would happen if a bunch of kids, you know, just went on the internet, they saw what a Ouija board looked like, printed it out, and did the same thing? Would that piece of paper with the pattern and the print of the Ouija board have the same effect as the board itself?
I believe it would.
Wow.
I believe it would, and they don't understand. I've told you before about Ouija boards that the ghosts can haunt you and they can come into your body and they can literally have you change your personality. But, you know, we've all known people that have had a change of personality. We've had people all of a sudden become negative and destructive with thoughts to harm you.
Yeah.
And we've had people who you say you've changed. I need to find you some help, and maybe this is some kind of an emergency. But when you work with spiritual practices, you learn how to clear this away.
I would imagine that you also have to take precautions to protect yourself.
Yes, you do. And I work with the chakras, keeping the chakras in balance and white light. And that does work. That's very protective. So at least we have a counter force against these things. And I want to remind everybody of something else. A ghost is a ghost is a ghost. They have no power over you unless you give it to them. You are the one that is in the body, and you are the one that has the power. And you can order them to be gone. And if you don't feel that they're here on terms that you can accept, I order you to be gone. Call in the angels. Call in your guides. I order you to be gone. 1, 2, 3. You must leave because I'm ordering you to leave.
Last night I was talking with a friend of mine who came over to have a couple of cups of coffee with me, and he was asking me about shadow people. And you know what? I knew you were going to be on the show today. So, Mark, if you're listening, this is the lady I was telling you about last night. What is a shadow person, and how can people rid shadow people from their homes?
Well, I think a shadow person could be somebody who's alive, who's sending you bad and negative thoughts. I really do. I think a shadow person can be alive or dead. Basically, Rob, it is the negative side of your personality. You know how we get mad and say, oh, drop dead?
Yes.
We used to do that more often than we do now. At least we're more aware of it. But your words carry a power. They carry an energetic code. So shadow people would be somebody, say, you've had a fight with and you're still arguing with them. It can be a boss, it can be a friend, it can be a lover, it can be anybody that's in there. The negative part of that person is trying to get at you.
Wow.
And they also can be sent by doing spells. You know how I feel about casting spells.
Yes. Yeah.
Never cast a spell. And, you know, they make millions of dollars on the Internet casting spells for people. They asked me to do it, and I laughed at them.
But
so here I am, fussing and fretting.
Do these internet spells really work, or is this just another marketing ploy?
They can work, but it's the basics of the idea that bothers me. You're in love with your wife, Rob. If somebody was stalking you and wanted you to come to them, they could cast a spell that would energetically pull you to them.
All they'd have to do is pick up the phone and call.
But this is going against the will of the other person.
Ah, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if the man is going to marry his beloved and then there's a jealous somebody else that wants him, they can cast a spell and try to break apart that union for their own gains. People can also cast spells and send harm to you or harm to your children. If you don't do what I want, your son will be sick.
That sounds like the
and
old
this is
gypsy
how
curses.
this is in my book, Psychic Attack, Are You a Victim? This is how people get the others to pay them money. And then they cast a spell, and the boy gets sick, and the mother comes and pays them the money.
Yes.
And then they undo the spell, and the boy gets back to health again. It's a terrible thing.
It sounds like the old gypsy curse.
It is a gypsy curse, but now it's gone beyond that because other people are doing it. They're working in this realm, and they don't understand it. You know, this is a scientific realm. The other side is just as scientific as this side is. It's not a mysterious boo type of a place. It has natural laws, and you can break those natural laws just like somebody can go out and rob a bank. And when you break the natural laws, what happens is you throw everything out of balance and you bring a lesson to yourself. Or you can harm other people first and then bring a real tough lesson to yourself.
So how does somebody protect themselves from the negativity of another person?
Well, I think that they should meditate every day, and I think that they should be close to the divine, if at all possible, and just balance their chakras and wrap themselves in white light. I do on my website have a download that you can listen to. It's a guided meditation. It's called The Chakras and Your Body, and it's under the chakra section of www.new-visions.com, and you can work with that, and it will protect you. But just saying your prayers and saying affirmations also protect you.
Now, as you and I have discussed many times, you know, you can also ask for divine help or help from your spirit guides or your guardian angels, and they're willing to give you the help. All you have to do is ask for it.
You know, it's funny. I knew this person who was a devout Catholic, and yet a gypsy got a hold of her, and she used to meet her in the back of St. John the Divine with a bag of cash.
Wow.
Because this woman frightened her so much.
Hey, we're in the wrong business.
She finally came to me, and I said, how could you do that with all the faith and all the knowledge that you have? How could you let somebody believe that? And she said, well, my son got really sick, and then he couldn't get unsick. So the lady cast a spell on him, and she couldn't reverse it, Rob.
Oh, my gosh.
He was hospitalized.
So what happens in that case? Does somebody who has a stronger ability than the lady who casts the spell have to be called in, and is it like a spell?
It has to be exercised.
Exactly.
But the lady that's getting the money just gets more money.
You and I have to take our news break. Please stand by, my dear. Nah, I won't say that because that'd be too negative. I was going to say something about, you know, people don't call you, you know, we'll throw a spell on them, but that's not very nice.
I'll put a hex on you.
Yeah, there you go. Elizabeth,
well, as long as you're kidding and laughing about it, it's okay.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, Elizabeth, Joyce, and I will be back on the other side of this commercial break with the News X-Zone Nation as we continue from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Her website, www.new-visions.com. Don't go away. Are you considering calling a psychic to read your situation? Then consider David Champion, a psychic medium for more than 20 years with thousands of readings under his belt. David Champion will make you feel comfortable. He has proven to be honest and accurate. He's a straight shooter. There's no guesswork. What he sees is what you get. While he is a medium, most of the calls focus on relationships, not only love, but work, school, neighbors, and more. Need help with finding a job and preparing for the interview? Are you dealing with people who are obstacles in your path? For more information, go to davidchampion.com, $1.50 per minute paid by credit card with a minimum of 30 minutes. For your reading with David Champion, call 1-877-702-8598. That's 1-877-702-8598. Now you can dial in to listen to the X-Zone Radio Show from anywhere in the world with Rob McConnell 24/7, 365 by dialing 213-401-0080. That's 213-401-0080. If you have a mobile phone or landline, the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell is now at your beck and call at 213-401-0080. That's 213-401-0080, 24/7,
365.
My name is Michael Tottey, Canada's leading mentalist from Toronto, Ontario.
Hi, my name is Splenda, and you're listening to my dad, Ron McConnell, on the X-Zone.
This is Psychic Dorothy from St. Catharines, and you're listening to Rob McConnell.
Hello, my name is Holly Reeves, an astrologer from Astral for You, and you're listening to Canada's #1 paranormal radio show, The X Zone, with Rob McConnell.
Welcome to The X Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
Was a no-bear tracker. Tom was a man with dreams. And Ernie came along and I wrote the songs about a creature that few's ever seen. Monsters, myths, and mysteries, legend, tales, and facts. It brought us all together, and it's a reason for the fact. Up in North California, where the redwoods reach the skies, 3 men with a goal and a pact that they'd hold, and a promise till the day that they died. Answers to the questions no one's found before. Driving determination, the only key they had to unlock the door. Monsters, myths, and mysteries, legends.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the X Zone. My name is Rob McConnell. We're coming to you from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Our website is www.xzoneradiotv.com. On MSN Messenger, xzoneradiotv@hotmail.com. And for all you BlackBerry users, our BBM address is, you ready for it? 227-6969D as in Delta. That's 227-6969D. Elizabeth Joyce is my special guest. It's always great having Elizabeth on. Elizabeth, before we get back to the paranormal and the conversation that we're talking about this hour, do you have any predictions for the immediate future?
I do. I know who's going to be on the Republican ticket for the campaign and the elections next year.
Let me see. The governor of Massachusetts?
Romney and Kane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whatever happened to Sarah
I
Palin?
know that's solid. It's like I had a really strong impression.
What about Hillary? You and I were talking.
Hillary's going to win. I know people think I'm nuts. I believe she's going to run, and I think she's going to win.
Well,
I don't know why.
I like her.
I don't know why.
I like her. Mm-hmm. It's going to be funny seeing Bill in a dress since he's going to be the first lady.
The first gentleman.
Well, we're talking about
We've
Bill
never
here.
had a first gentleman.
But we're talking about Bill Clinton. Is he a gentleman?
Oh, of course, and a scholar.
Yeah.
At least on Halloween he is.
Right, let's get a hold of Monica Lewinsky and get her side of the story. So, all right, so we're looking at the ticket, and you're thinking that it's going to be McCain and Romney.
I do.
Any more natural disasters that you're picking up on?
Not McCain.
Didn't you say McCain?
No, I said Mitt Romney.
And
Kane.
Oh, Kane.
Yeah,
What about Abel?
Oh, we forgot him. We left him in the desert. You asked me about natural disasters.
Yeah.
We just had one in Greece.
Yep.
And pretty much what I'm predicting is happening, that we're going to have earthquakes all over the world in very surprising areas. And I also feel that China's in trouble. I don't know what's going on with China, but I feel more disaster in China. I also feel China financially crumbling.
Whoa.
China's going to go down the tubes.
Well, if China, the only way that, if I understand the world of economics well, I guess, is that because there's a lot of paper that's owned in China on the United States.
Well, that will affect us, but I'm trying to tell you something different. I'm trying to tell you that investing in China is not a good idea because China is about to have some serious financial problems themselves.
But I like rice.
And I don't know why that's happening. Mm-hmm. but I do feel that that's what's going on. And so if you're investing in China, there could be a real problem.
You and I once talked about an assassination attempt